Good evening, folks. I'm Baroque, and welcome back to Wanderstop. With our cosmic coffee adventures out of the way, we move into the final clearing. A last batch of folks to meet, last bit of tea to make. Don't know if this will be a get it all done in this stream. I'm assuming now we're going to have every kind of seed and therefore fruit to discover and learn and more people to meet. So it might be all done in the next couple hours, I don't know. Or it might take a couple of streams, but I think that's where we're about at. Without any further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well today. The day's treated you kindly. Get yourself a warm beverage. Come join me. Ah yes, some cooling rain. Always been a fan. Most folks in the UK are just desperate for the sun all the time. And at the moment, we've had a week or almost two, I suppose, of constantly sunny weather. And it's warm enough for me to enjoy it without being burned alive. Child and Borrow. We start with Borrow. Hello, miss. Borrow made you a cup of tea. This one is made with sweet millenniums, which are a most invigorating sort of fruit. They're creating a feeling of deep focus and intention, a rigorous sensation. It seemed to me like the sort of brew Miss Elta would be a big fan of. But that is all. Tea delivery complete. My work here is done. I'm wishing you the best, as always. I just feed it to the Pluffin. You are a very colourful child. Ready to throw down? Look at that expression and how they're standing. My goodness. Hang on, child. I'm going to have me tea. We've got flat logs for benches now. Not my favourite. I'd like a bit of back support, but such as we are.
Oh, wow. This really does make you feel more focused, more alert, more... Actually, this is exactly the way I always feel during a fight. Because before a fight, your mind is just a jumble of noise. It's like a swamp, and you can't make anything out. And then, the fight starts, and things quiet down. And suddenly, focus kicks in. There you go.
Yep.
Now you're on track.
Music.
Now you know what to do. It becomes clear. It's easy. It's nothing. Go. Up. Back. In.
Playing a dance game.
Left. Hit. Swing.
Get some DDR going.
Pause. Go. Everything makes sense. Everything is clear. Nothing hurts. Nothing fails. Go. Go.
Almost
Go.
analogous to playing games.
This feeling, it's her. The person who looks like me, isn't it? Yeah, this is her. God, I love this feeling. This is just... it's how I feel alive. I don't want to give this feeling up. Please, can't I keep this incredible feeling somehow?
Oh, no.
I can't lose this.
A cup of tea must come to an end, Miss Alter. Looks like a new plant. Alright, I've got to collect all of the things again. Right. Grab just one of the fruit for now. Quick run about and grab up some seeds. Coffee remains. And get it through the cleaner, I suppose. Be on our last day of our tea shop, somebody comes for coffee. I suppose like the tea leaves, we just got to have them on side and ready. Grabbing up a few seeds so we can get the creation process going. Because I imagine... Yep. Gonna have pink and green. Green and pink. That will make it for here as well. Pink, green, green, pink. Yep. I wonder if the pluffins whose colour we changed were going to stick about. Doesn't look like it. Right, where's this child? Hi kid. What are you doing out here?
I shot you. You're dead.
What?
You're dead. I shot you with my gun.
Yes. Oh, now I'm dead.
Aha, I did it. I win. Mine. All this stuff is mine now. Everyone sucks except me.
Oh, no. Ah, I'm going home soon. I'm going home soon. Oh, I actually just... Child was laying down the law. Hang on, Burrow. Let me get some stuff in the cleaner. Nope. Coffee beans. Into the caterpillar. Nope, I can do it. Ah, beautiful. Camera. There's so many lovely photos, but I'm going to have to take one down to put small child up there. What's up, Barrow? Oh, there's a child running around the clearing. Ah, yes, so I noticed. Have you spoken with her? Yeah, she's weird. I don't know, Alter, she's just like a rambunctious child. Her parents being anywhere nearby? I haven't noticed anyone with her. Yeah, I don't know why she's alone. I'll try to ask. Yes, Burrow will keep an eye out as well. In the meantime, perhaps she would like a cup of tea. Doesn't seem like the tea-drinking type. If Miss Elder can find some enjoyment in tea, then anyone can. Wow. Sure, if you say so. I do say so, indeed. Give me my stuff. Borrow stuff, but you know. Okay, the child wants something else, but I need to go find tea leaves first. Might need some of these shrooms at some point as well. Just grab a few up while I'm about. 3 coffee beans should be good for now. The gift shroom I don't see any actual reason for. We haven't really been able to gift things to people, so it's kind of just fun to decorate for ourselves, I suppose. Which is nice, it's just you have to be going around and farming a lot of them. Need one more huge shroom, and at least I've got 3 of it. You alright there, child? You having a bit of bother paffing about? Why are you alive? You're supposed to be dead. I shot you. I blocked your shot with my invincibility shield. Ah, truly lean into it. Really? Whoa! The hair moves like ears. What's your invincibility shield weak to? Is it immune to knives? If you come at me with a knife, I will end. My invincibility shield has literally no weaknesses. Oh, all invincibility shields have a weakness. That's how they're made. Well, whatever the weakness is, it's definitely not knives. You sure? I think that's what you'd say if it was knives. I just double checked. It's not knives. You gotta be weak to something. Hey, what's your name? Poop. Wow. Your name is Poop. Ah, you said poop. I got you to say poop. You sound so stupid. Oh no. We could go fully into the child behavior. No. You said poop. Ah, you said it again. You sounded even stupider the second time. What are you, like 9 years old? Aren't you too old for poop jokes? Nope, I'm 100 years old, and you'll never kill me no matter how hard you try. Try to kill me. No. Dodged your attack. I'm not. Escape plane, vroom. Here, let me clear that out for you. There she goes, there's the vroom. She's fine. Don't tell me by the end of this clearing, I was going to be like, do you know what? I'm going to be a mother. It'd be quite the shift. All 4 seeds. Let's get some tea on the go and start plant making. Oh, there's a tea ball there as well. Beautiful. Our coffee beans are ready for when we need them. Put this other mug away. Put this flower pot here. Alright, if you could just be a tiny bit more organised. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Okay. Oh, this was the spot that I actually was doing last time. It's interesting that the little plant field has moved. There seems to be no indication as to why... if I should fill it up with plants. I suppose maybe it's just more of a grid to help folks visualise. Especially as they're getting into it. But I like this spot. We will use this. Let's get these seeds from this in. Bomb. Lovely. Farewell, plant. Okay. It was green and pinks, wasn't it? I feel like things need to have a space between them. We were wrong. We made a really efficient formation the other day. All right. Now we're good. We're good. Please continue on your way. Oh, he's coming over to sniff the plants. Let me finish. Can I get you an umbrella? Weed spotted. Get it ahead of time. Oh, it's a photo we've had before. Interesting. Oh, all the other photos disappeared from the various businessmen. So photos just left about the place don't get kept anywhere. Just the ones we put on the walls. Speaking of. No. Nana's back. Holy shit. Returning characters. Could we see Gerald again? That would be awesome. It's my child. Please bear with me. You will be immortalized in the shop. She knew. Keep eating grin towards the camera. Delightful. I kind of want one with all the customers on it. As much as I love Borrow Piece up there. Oh, there's the owl with the cloak. I know we didn't get every businessman, but that signifies the time. Did I not get a picture of Zenith at all? Shit! I'm actually kind of annoyed by that. I thought I had. I was so taken aback by all the coffee. Swap it with this one that we just got the repeat of. Some clean mugs, that's okay. And then I'll be right with you. I just need to do some plant testing. Simple, but very nice. We got Sweet Millennium and Whistleberry. I need to do the basic version as well, which is green and 2 pink. Also pretty. Pink, please. Thank you. Tea's done. I need to make a drink to have some of these new ones myself. Okay. Very nice. And some of the designs lean towards the much more simple and others get so elaborate. I think it's like we said on the second stream. It's the idea of sitting down and coming up with all these. Laborious, but I imagine it was a lot of fun. Right. Have a quick chat with Nana. Probably because she'll want to set up shop. Or maybe she's had a change of heart. Oh, Nana, you're back.
Ah, you wish. I'm not back. I'm just here for my victory lap. Last time I was here, I cussed you in a thrilling display of vital economic prowess. Now I've returned to witness the wreckage, the remains of devastation I caused. See? Look at it there. Just as much as a dump as it was last time. Pitiful. Honestly, you want my advice? Bulldoze this thing to the ground. Get a proper development company in here.
What should we build in place of the shop?
Condos! Everybody loves condos. Give this little spot of the forest some actual personality. I bet we could fit 10, maybe 12 condo complexes in here. Yeah, 12, easy. But no, we don't want sensible and pragmatic ideas, Nana. Your sustainable, forward-thinking vision of the future scares us. We're not ready for it yet. Pathetic. You babies are all the same, except some are worse than others.
I've missed you, Nana. It's been brutal without you.
Brutal? Me being away isn't brutal. You know what's brutal? A branding iron to the solar plexus. Brutal? Bah, Missy, you've grown soft while I was away. Without the commanding authority of a market leader in your life, you've become complacent. Damn it, I told myself I wasn't going to do this. But it's time to set up shop again. Got to teach you a little humility.
As I recall, last time you sold nothing.
It's called sandbagging. Ever heard of it? You'd know about this if you ever studied economics a day in your life. Nice try, though. Good to see you're still projecting your failures onto others. Never change.
I kind of love Nana. Can I get you a cup of tea?
Absolutely not.
Bless her returning. It took half a second for me to turn me back. I still have no idea how you can set up so quickly.
Come on down, you know you want it, losers. I got goods, I got products. You've never seen so many goods and products. So get off your ass, get a job, and then come buy stuff and oh no.
What do you want? To buy stuff from you, obviously.
Buy stuff? Missy, didn't you hear me say get a job? And don't give me this nonsense about tea, I'm talking honest nanobook producing work. Look at you, still 0 nanobooks. It's pathetic. Take a look. Here's what you would be able to buy if you had any damn income to your name.
Some cup. Stars above. Very upset. Tea shop loser. You made about... Look at the price difference. No respect for borrow, but we'll be having that.
Ah, you should see the look on your face right now. Oh, intimidation. The recognition of greatness. These are the kinds of products you can only dream of. And even in your dreams, they've been knockoffs.
How about if I trade you for one of them, like before?
Yeah, sorry kid, that was the old me. I'll admit I had a bit of a freewheeling side back then. But the new me is hard and calloused. No trades, no deals. I'll never be... Hold up a second. Are those coffee beans? With the dang heck started growing coffee beans out here?
A mystical space being from another dimension.
Sure. Look, don't matter to me where they came from. All I know is I ain't had a cup of coffee in weeks.
Of course, Nana's the coffee drinking type.
So here's what we'll do. You can bring me a coffee, and if it's acceptable, we can discuss a trade. Acceptable being the key word there.
What kind of coffee do you want?
Now see here, I actually know a damn thing or two about coffee, so I hope you're writing this down. I'm going to start by brewing 2 coffee beans in hot water, scalding hot. Pour that baby into a cup. Let it sit there for a second. Then make me a second brew. This time the water should only be warm. Bring it maybe halfway to boiling and cut the heat. Drop a whaling fruit and a sweet millennium into the warm water for taste. Then 1 more coffee bean. Now you're going to pour that second mix on top of the coffee already in the cup. The taste is all in the layers. It's called nuance. You kids have never heard of it. Right, that's my order. I've even dumbed down the recipe for you, so help me if you screw it up.
I'll go give this a shot. That's the most complex order we have had so far, and do you know what? I'm a little intimidated. It's a lot. Child.
I want to tell you something.
Alright, go ahead.
Found a lot of dirt, so I'm going to make a sculpture of me.
Ah, connoisseur of the arts.
What's a connoisseur?
It's someone who appreciates fancy things. Bluff him with a side eye.
Oh, well, I'm not going to make a fancy sculpture. It's going to be a real bad one.
That's fine, as long as you're proud of it.
Nope, not going to be proud of it at all. I'm going to hate it.
Hey, where are your parents? Are they nearby?
Parents are dumb, so I'm going to be my own parents from now on. That's a terrifying thought. Bah! You can do the laugh better than I can, clearly. What? What is it? I don't know, you're kind of old or something. Ooh! Oh, it's a knife to the ribs. Well, you're old. Yeah, I'm super old and stupid. Yes. I'm a king of old people. Every old person has to do whatever I say. By the way, are you sure you want me to call you Poop? I can call you Poop if you want. Monster! Is that your name? Yeah, I want to be called Monster. Nice to meet you, Monster. No! No, as in, it's not nice to meet you? Eyeing the puffins. She's going to attack one of those birds. Yeah. Okay, well, it's been pretty terrible to meet you, Monster. Yeah, I suck. Ha! Okay, I gotta go make my sculpture now. Please don't kidnap a puffin. Oh, mug. Okay, so Nana's coffee is going to be quite an ordeal. I think before that, I get myself and Borrow a few drinks made. Get us ready. Oh, I need to have a whaling fruit as well. Well, there's a few of these I haven't actually sat down and drank. Okay, so I need a whaling, whistleberry, and a pelmelon. Borrow had something to say as well. So many tasks, so little time. What's up, Borrow? And guess what? Nana's back. Oh, the competition has returned. Time to be updating the Wanderstop business model. Liquidity ratio, capital structure optimization. Yes, I am fully up to date on my business phrases. How come she's the only person who's returned since the clearing changed? Well, Nana and I share a certain connection. We are both a very particular kind of person. We are connected to this place, to the forest. Been here quite a while. Got an achievement, your moment. You were not ready, but it was your moment all the same. What? These achievements pop up with no rhyme or reason. So for the two of us, the movement of the forest works a little differently. We are not quite so stuck in it. Why didn't you tell me you knew her? Miss Alter didn't ask. Besides, Borrow is knowing many people who come and go here all the time. Just a sort of leaf on the breeze, I am. One amongst many. Anyway, I wish the best of luck to our returning business competitor. Frankly, Borrow thinks her shop is so adorable that I'm not minding it. But we will see how I feel about that if she really does run us out of business. Where did that achievement come from? Why did it say I wasn't ready for it? Wasn't ready for what? What has been done? What's changed? Please stop eyeing the puffins. They're not safe. Right, first things first. I gotta have these drinks myself. Pelmelon. 1 pink, 3 yellow. Lovely. Yoink. Next one. Whistleberry. 3 green, 1 pink. Oh wait, didn't I have one of those? Yeah, we're good for that. Then the whaling fruit. 1 yellow, 3 pink. We definitely planted this before. I just never made one for myself. What's up, monster? I drew a picture on your building. What is it a picture of? Entropy. Whoa! Suddenly jump, child. Entropy? Yeah. Do you even know what that is? Duh. I've read books before. I'm not an idiot. I love how her hair moves for her. It's fascinating. Okay, use entropy in a sentence. Stumping a kid.
Fine, I made a drawing, and it's a drawing of entropy. No, that doesn't count. Try again. You're just trying to trick me. You don't know what entropy means. It's every childhood argument I can remember. I do know what entropy means. Hey, what's the stuff you're making that big machine inside? The big glass machine? It makes tea. What's that? Tea. You've never had tea before? No, hate it. No, you hate it, or no, you've never had it before. I've never had it before, and I hate it. So much little bits of animation. I'm gonna get you a tea. You should at least try it. Okay. What kind of tea do you want? What flavour? Make it gross. I want it to be super gross. Sure, gross tea coming up. I don't actually want to make the child a gross tea. What is it, Borrow? Apparently the kid is drawing weird pictures on the floors of the shop now. Is that okay? Borrow feels this is a moment for Miss Alta to make an authoritative decision. What do you say? Is drawing on the floors of the shop permitted? Sure. So it is decided. A stunning triumph of managerial decision-making from shop director Alta. Drawings from wall to wall. It is being the dawn of a new era for Wanderstop. Aren't you worried about another situation like when you left out coloured markers for people? Ah, yes. You remember well. I wonder if that had never been prompted if we didn't give him the tea for it. I tell you what, if the drawings become too unruly, you can simply sweep them away with your broom. I'll leave it to your discretion, shop director Alta. I don't see any yet. There's some drawings of grass. Nope, that's actually grass growing up through the floorboard. Never mind. Oh. Big monster. How very sweet. Right, my plants. Got our whaling fruit, our pell melon, our witherberry. Is that all free? It is. Right. I need more tea bags to get going. So I've got 3 tea bags, but that's all of the ones that we're going to need just for me and Borrow. Luckily, I have the 3 coffee beans Nana will want already cleaned and ready to go. I need to plant those mushrooms near my tree as well before we start picking up random garbage. I think I have a dirty mug somewhere in my pocket as well. Hey, child, grab a basket, go attack some leaves. That could actually go very poorly. Get the wrong leaves, mix them all up, start tearing out plants. On second thought, child, you continue being a monster. You're doing great. Why does the game put these workbenches about? I understand wanting to put my tools out somewhere in the field, maybe to pick up some more stuff, but we've never really had much use for it. I wonder if anything else has appeared up with these. Now, it always felt like a third item should be here. I swear that bat kid who showed up had something that we missed, and I missed like a full segment of story. It drives me mad. Oh. That's a sculpture. I mean, she was going for the silhouette. Solid effort. No, the coffee beans are still here. Time for the fruits for me and Borrow first. Go. Tea ball and start with the pell melon. Borrow, one for me. Nailed it. Okay, so it's once it twizzles all the way to the bottom, you just stop immediately. Where's he gone? There you go, Borrow. Have a swig of his own. My goodness. Miss Alter, is this pale melon tea? I will make sure to be drinking it quite slowly. Indeed, I've experienced its memory-altering effects before, but not for quite some time. Borrow, well, in his younger years, experimented with pale melon tea. That was long ago, no more. Some people, though, Miss Alter, tea like this can be an obsession, as there are those who are quite infatuated with the desire to forget. The effects of the tea are only temporary. Some have tried to be making it permanent, consuming pale melon tea again and again every day for years. It is somewhat sad, if Borrow is being completely honest. Nevertheless, when consumed in moderation, the cinnamon and smoky leather taste can be quite enjoyable. I'm sure you'll exercise care when drinking it yourself, Miss Alter. I will. But one moment. Drop it! Thank you. Delightful Puffin. Be petted. Yes, very good. On your way. Put it in the dishwasher, Borrow. God damn it. Right, let's pour out the rest. I know it'll spill, but that's fine. So yellow. I feel like this is going to be a rough one for Alter.
Whoa. Hang on. I must have drank this too quickly. I'm, getting a feeling of... Whoa. Oh. Oh. Wait. Hang on. Huh.
I think I see what they were going for with this one. And Borrow's commentary on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm starting to come back now. Yeah. Ooh. Wow. I don't even know how to describe that. I just felt so light. I felt kind of weirdly free in a way I've never felt before. I just couldn't, oh God, why does this...
And then reality comes crashing back
It
down.
feels so gross. I can't do that again. No, there's no way. I'll lose myself in this. It would be so easy. I would... Yeah. No. I can never do this again. Absolutely not. Wow.
Then we will not alter. I will not force her to drink. I am deathly curious what would happen. Would they have her go through an addiction? Would Borrow get increasingly concerned? I don't know. Again, I imagine the wiki entries, or even just a quick Google of Wanderstop secrets will blow my mind when all this playthrough is over. Right, next one on the list. Whistleberries. Oh, I didn't read it. Sweet and sugary, with a taste that lingers on the tongue for days. Makes you more likely to miscommunicate an important piece of information. Terrifying. What was the other one that was new? Is it messberries? No. Sweet millenniums. Chewing a sweet millennium is said to increase your focus and concentration. Contains hints of vanilla. Okay, it's the wailing fruit and the whistleberry then. Whistleberry first. And we have once again made watercolour tea. Stack one for me. Hold up, put that bean down. Don't mind me, it's just my neat collection of coffee beans. Nice again. Beautiful. We know the formula now. Right, Borrow, have another. I'm going to ply you with tea today. There might be one he hasn't drunk, but there's no way to track it for Borrow. Oh, goodness. This tea must surely contain whistleberry. It is the fruit of miscommunication. Yes, a most precarious mindset to be in. But we're certainly not immune to miscommunications. I am having my share of them. Sometimes, to say the wrong thing can be quite harmless, but there are times when a friend can become quite hurt. Many years ago, a person who I am knowing quite well was making a decision I did not agree with. She wished to lend her power to a group of men whose motivations she believed were good. However, I did not believe the men were being so trustworthy. This friend of mine came to me. She asked for my advice on the situation, and I could not say what was in my heart. For some reason, I told her to be trusting the men. Why did I do this? Perhaps I simply didn't wish to disappoint her. It's not a thing I'm proud of. Eventually, these men used their power for selfish purposes, allowing themselves to become consumed by it. My friend, well, it turned her quite cold. In fact, she was never truly so trusting after that. It has been quite sad to me, because I'm feeling a sort of responsibility for it. If I'd intervened, perhaps my friend would have kept some of her warmth, the way I remember her. Oh. What about that was miscommunicated, Borrow? Who can really say? In all likelihood, she would have gone through with it anyway. But still, I cannot help but be dwelling on it from time to time. No matter, I will put it out of my mind. Thank you very much for the tea, Miss Alter. Get in there. One for me.
When I was 15, this was after I'd run away from home and then come back. My mom pulled me aside, and she asked me why I seemed so scared.
No, my tea's gone
I was
lukewarm.
always
Sadness.
insisting that bad things were going to happen, and that everyone needed to be more in control. Had someone hurt me? She asked. Was I in some sort of danger? I didn't know how to answer that. How to explain that, no, nobody had hurt me. I just knew. I knew something was going to happen. How to explain to her that I just had to be ready. So I didn't say anything. And then she looks at me, like she's about to communicate the most important information of her life. And she says, Alta, do you need to count things? What? I had no idea what she meant. She said, you know, counting things for no reason everywhere you go, and something bad will happen if you stop counting things. No, never. To this day, I've never felt anything like that.
Some forms of OCD can be like that.
I don't know why. I told her yes. She nodded, very seriously. Okay, she said. There are ways of dealing with it. Don't ever let it show if you can help it.
Oh no.
And please.
Not a healthy way.
Don't tell your father. Don't tell your father.
complicated things. Very much so. One more, which I think is just the whaling fruit. Making us overly confident with maths. That should be all of them, unless something else randomly shows up. Do I have T-ball? I do. Right then. T-ball and triple check whaling. Boop. Orangey red, very burnished. Ooh, fancy cup. Get this one for borrow, absolutely. It's a bit small, but he won't mind. Oh, matches the cup. This is one of those that changes colour based on what's in it. Where's he gone? Oh, the mailbox. No, this should be the last one. Should be. Well, if it isn't whaling tea. What fun. Child, please don't stab Borrow. Just behind him, waiting to pounce. Miss Alter, you know that whaling tea is causing a person to attempt to do math, yes? Well, I will tell you a secret. Borrow is normally very bad at math. That's why whaling tea can be so much fun. Go ahead and be asking me a math question. Oh no, I hate those. That's too much. What's 2 plus 5? Oh, I know this one. 7. That's much too easy, Miss Alter. Please give Borrow a harder one. Alright. 75,795 divided by 313. Now, I don't know the answer to this. Let's see. Divide it by 3, then carry the 1. Answer is roughly 67.4. Did you actually do the math? No, Borrow did not. I was simply hoping you would mistake my raw confidence for the correct answer. I knew it. But alas, whaling tea does not actually make the one good at math. Only confident. Very silly. Right, last one for me. Alter's going to try and do math.
Does this taste like leather? I guess I don't know what leather tastes like. You know, leather working
Oh, we
was
did
the
not go
one
towards the math side.
single thing my dad was good at. He'd always make people gifts on their birthday. Things like shoes or a handbag or whatever. But it was always a hobby for him. He refused to do it professionally, you know, to take it seriously.
Oh, Alter, that can be a
And
good
that
thing.
killed me. Because, come on. This is something you're good at. Or you could be good at, really good. So it was such a waste in my mind. I told him that. Told him it was a waste.
Oof.
And I remember, God, the look he gave me when I said that, of like I'd said the most demeaning thing to him. I'd never seen him get mad like that before.
Someone's passion and hobby is never a waste.
I wish he'd been like that more often. Mad.
I think you just wanted him to express himself a little more, Alter. That should be all the tea's tasted in the book, unless something new comes along. I don't know if... A couple of times where we accidentally drank the same one again, it didn't seem to trigger new dialogue, but other than the addiction one, I imagine it will. Right then, our requests. Something gross for Monster, and then for Nana, oh boy. Brew hot water with 2 coffee beans, pour it into a cup. Make a second brew with warm water, boiling sweet selenium, and 1 coffee bean. Pour it on top of the first cup. Hey. As for something gross, one of these must taste like garbage. Messberry, maybe? It says it infuriates people. That doesn't necessarily mean bad. Burning sensation in your feet, but still a taste. Tasteless doesn't mean gross, so it won't be that one. I mean, ginger and well-worn leather is probably not a great taste, but... Making them confess their mistakes... Maybe? I think we try Messberry. Do they have any on hand? I may have picked one up. No, just prison peppers. Oh, right, mailbox. Hi, howdy, book lovers. It's Book by Mail Club again. Wowee, that analysis of Dirk Warhard franchise was a real bubba, wasn't it? I didn't know all of that. Frankly, I didn't need to. Tell you what, let's ignore all that jury nonsense and just enjoy a good old-fashioned Dirk Warhard novel. This one is called Bullets Forever. I can't wait to find out who Dirk Warhard kills this time. Yours in literature, Book by Mail Club. I'll be having a read of that later. My pocket's full. Alright, because it's full of mushrooms. You go deposit my mushrooms. Sure, that mushroom can stay on there, it's fine. Lovely. Right. 3 yellow, 1 blue. Actually need... Start running out of yellow and pink at this rate. I want to plant a few more. Just to be prepared. He's on green. 17, that's fine. Oh. I like that we can randomly just get over seeds. If you somehow completely bugger yourself. Damn it. The frog ribbit at me? What a lovely little detail. Okie dokie. The inconsistency in these plants. Or that one, all 3 popped out. This one at a time. Makes no sense. One more. Oh no, we're good for now then. Because if you really put the time to it, you could literally just fill up every pot, the garden, every bit of grass, make it a really vibrant thing. And I'm sure there are folks out there who have got some wonderful screenshots or videos of going really ham on this whole thing. So I guess we just try messberry tea to start with for Monster and see if she enjoys that well enough. It'll be a bit of a guessing game. My bloody tea bags. We can always go and use the Book of Answers, but I'd like to give it a go first. Maybe by gross she meant just throw a load of shit altogether and pray? Maybe it's a trick and any tea we bring her she'll find gross. Damn it, did I not actually pick up the goddamn fruit? I've done this so many times. I didn't. There we go. Let's see if this works. Shouldn't give the child fancy cup, but why not? I mean, what's the kid gonna say? Actually, this is quite nice, and you're wrong. There you go, Monster. Here you go. Gross tea. What is it? Just a cup with liquid? That's what tea is. It's just flavoured water. It sucks. Tea sucks. No, it doesn't. Just try it. Can I get a different one? I worked hard making this one for you. Just drink it. Nah, I gotta go do stuff. Bye. All that deliberation for nothing. Evening, Emilis. No, not late at all. You arrived precisely when you mean to. It's alright, we've just been trying different flavours of tea for the most part. Getting the remaining ones cleared out, there is a small child running around we've called Monster. And a character from a prior stream, Nana the shopkeeper, is back who wants me to make a very complicated coffee. Hey, Borrow, what's up? Hello, miss. Borrow is having yet another one of his silly ideas. I don't like this monster character already. She's been fine. I'm feeling the pots inside our shop are looking a little bit barren. So I thought I'd ask you if you'd care to fill them up with some plants. You did such a wonderful job before with the hanging pots. Wouldn't it be lovely to also fill the pots inside? Sure. Lovely. Any plants will do the trick. I'll let you decide which ones. Just be filling the big stationary pots. No need to fill the smaller ones unless you really want to. While you're doing that, how about if I draw up a little picture for you? Oh, he's not much of an artist, it's true. I'm enjoying drawing from time to time. Once you've filled up our shop with lovely plants, come and see me, and I will give you whatever I've managed to draw. Sure, I can grab a plant pot and do some plant hunting. You just said the big pots, so let's go around and see what we can nab from places. That monster child made this beautiful sculpture of themselves. I think it's uncanny. Did a fantastic job. Hey up. One moment. Parcel. Where's that mailbox? We got another novel as well delivered to us from said mail. From the Adventures of Dirk Warhard, which we've been reading on stream. Delightful, over the top. Very silly. We'll have a read of that in a wee bit. Alright. More. Yoink. It's going to be a bit of back and forth. I don't know what he meant by small or big pots, because they're all similar. Probably going to be annoyed that I'm just nicking one straight from outside. If that doesn't count, I can always go and grow more, to be fair. Lovely. What if he calls me on it? It'd be pretty funny. Okay, some of these that we made. Oh! A lovely pink. Drink. Give me a specific number. No. Shrink down some of the bigger plants, but have to go mushroom hunting again. See if that counts. Where have you gone? No, not yet. Okay, once more. To be expected. Oh, I left the goddamn pot. I need that. Yoink. Not every time we've come back, he's given us, like, a thing to do, and all of them are encouraging you to do the what's the word? Non-objective or non-main mission, let's say, for lack of a better term. Sprucing up the place and just being a little bit creative with it. Nice. Okay, let's cover Nana's picture. We'll manage her coffee, it'll be fine. It's just layering one cup on top of the other and not doing it at the full temperature. It should be okay. Right, there's a pot there. And then I assume there's some... I think there's more around here. Mailbox. Hello. This is Maybelline Accra. I recently received a package mailed to me from this address. The package contained my old pins and pincushions. While I appreciate that you were likely attempting to return my pincushion to me, I got rid of it specifically because sewing is ruining my life. From the minute I learned how to sew, I was unable to stop. From morning until midnight, nothing but sewing. I abandoned my friends and family. I tore my life to the ground to do nothing but sew and sew and sew. I've never known anything so viciously, violently addictive in my entire life. It will ruin me. Take it back. Take it and never send it to me again. I've not the strength in my heart to bear such an implement of unmitigated chaos. Okay. Maybe I'll sell it to Nana in a bit. He does! Borrow does utilise my free labour, and you know what? He never puts his mugs away, and it drives me mad. It's alright, Nana, I'll get you coffee eventually. Oh, that puffin is blue. Maybe some of them did follow along. That demon puffin never returned. It was just gone to the void forever. Okay, there's two more downstairs. I'm going to have to start actually planting some at this rate, but see what we can get away with. It's unrealistic if I could plant or pot more than one at a time and put them in my pockets and carry them about, but... yeah. Nab this one. Maybe he doesn't need me to do upstairs as well. It's fine. Okay, do that. Little one by the door. That all of them downstairs? I believe so. Excuse me, monster. Borrow, how are we looking? God damn it. He does want the upstairs too. I should have known. Do you want everyone like the stair plants? Right. I wonder if... Oh my god. It creates a trail. How have I not known this? Up, and then I broke it. Shit. This plant's in the way. That's going to be a fair number of plants. Silly little things. I feel like I could have discovered that the very first time we started planting. Make some lovely little lines. Up goes your priest leveling, by the way, Emilis. You're getting through with constant party dungeons. Party dungeons was probably the wrong word. You know what I mean. Spamming dungeons. That was the word I was looking for. More water. I do really like the music for this one. Beautiful. Let's nab up all the seeds and then start potting them in the house. Lovely. Right. That's some decent progress, and download of another has begun. Hopefully it didn't take you too long. Memos can be real big buggers. I found jumping from WoW to Final Fantasy and back again, there's a little bit of that learning curve and readjusting and re-remembering, mainly just where shit is. But it shouldn't be too bad. I wish you the best of luck with it. What class were you playing in 14, rather? Different game. I can't remember if... I think some of them were locked around the different... I think the, like, wasn't Death Knight. There was an Edgy Knight that you unlocked during Heavensward at some point. Maybe the Dancer's something that came later? Samurai, maybe? I can't remember. Or if they've changed it over the years, for that matter. It's a lot of fun classes, though. Okay, I think... should be all good now. I mean, a pot hiding up there somewhere? No. Both large pots there. Bonk. Right, let's have a gander. I filled the pots with plants. So you did, Miss Alter. It looks quite lovely. I'm very glad that even here in the twilight of our time together, you're still taking the time to make our space beautiful. It means a lot to Borrow. Truly it does. Now then, you're quite ready to see this little drawing that I've cooked up. Oh, and here it is. What do you think? You're doing great. My goodness. The perspective lines are off. Not bad. Thank you so much. It turned out rather well, if I am saying so. I will call this piece A million tiny delights. Yes, this is a good name. Yeah, I would be honoured to let you take the drawing with you. I'm just going to put it on the wall, Borrow. Thank you again so much for your help. I've realised this time that his name Borrow and my moniker Barrow are very similar. Sorry, Pluffin one. The Pluffin one swapped. Terrifying. Right. I'm pretty sure Samurai right out. Not sure. Never for a fact I finished the base game as a Dragon Spear dude. Oh yeah, the big jumpy up and down Lancery one. I'm going to go for a Ninja right now. I did a cool Reaper Scythe class, I'm pretty sure as well. Goodness me. Sure there's been a good few as time's gone on, certainly. I hope you enjoy. And the prospect of just being able to swap and change class, if memory serves, was pretty easy, so able to enjoy all sorts. Right, before our bio break, what we're going to do, we're going to read this last novel from Dirk Warhard. We've had a couple of his novels. We've had a massive critique of his novels. Now we've got one more. Let me take a swig of my tea. I'm going to need it. Now, will this be a story actually written by him or a ghostwriter? Who can say? By D.B. Steele. Bullets Forever. A Dirk Warhard novel. It had happened. The unthinkable had happened. Dirk Warhard was dead. How had such a tragedy come to pass? It all began exactly 2 weeks prior. Dirk Warhard had just successfully concluded a top-secret mission to eliminate the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator. Technically, every mission Dirk Warhard engaged in was top secret. Yet Dirk Warhard was also the single most popular and beloved individual on Earth, with all of his exploits catalogued extensively in a quarterly review magazine. Oh god, Emily, you're right. You had to level them separately. There was like a roguelike tower in that game you could go through? Or something? I remember trying to use that, but god knows I can't remember either. To YouTube. To Google. The quarterly review magazine, Warhard Weekly, also included supplementary materials such as fashion model foldouts of Dirk Warhard and reader quizzes like, where would Dirk Warhard punch you to kill you instantly? Readers of the latest Warhard Weekly would learn of how Dirk Warhard had defeated the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator, in a thrilling high-speed boat fight. The fight didn't actually take place on a boat. Or so, it featured Dirk Warhard literally lifting a boat out of the water and smashing Richard McElevator to death with it. Dirk Warhard had never killed a criminal with a boat before. The sheer thrill of it blew his mind. In fact, days later, he was still riding a breathtaking high. Yet by the weekend his adrenaline had cooled off, and the reality began to sink in that it was an experience he'd never get to relive. After all, Richard McElevator had been the world's #1 terrorist. The next best thing Dirk Warhard could accomplish at this point would be to crush the world's #2 terrorist with a boat, and that didn't light any sort of fire in his soul. For days he languished in a cool depression, tortured by the joys of a life he'd never get to relive. And at last, after 2 full weeks of despair, Dirk Warhard arrived at an ingenious revelation. If he were able to die, then he would be able to travel to the afterlife, where he could once again defeat the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator, in a high-speed afterlife boat battle. Thus, Dirk Warhard set out on a high-stakes, life-threatening mission to die. This effort proved more difficult than expected. He had spent decades training his skin to resist bullets, and building up spiritual karma to resist the magic of voodoo effigies. He drank poison every morning, guzzled poison as he was going to bed, popped poison pills periodically during missions. A doctor once said that his body was more poison than water, and that made Dirk Warhard so happy that he shot the doctor right in the kidneys. In the end, he decided to think himself to death. Dirk Warhard made it a point of pride to never think too hard about anything, so it was perhaps the only way in which he was truly vulnerable. He began by attempting to spell long and complicated words, yet discovered he was a natural genius at spelling. Then he decided to invent entirely new, much more complex words to spell, and found he was a master at that too. Finally,
he decided to invent and spell the single longest word imaginable, and that's what finally got him. The word was so long that it took him 2 weeks to spell it, after which time his brain gave out and died due to sheer hatred of letters. The last thing he yelled before blackness consumed him was, "Hell had better rule." When Dirk Warhard came to, he was lying in an old wooden ferry, floating down a grey river surrounded on all sides by heavy brown mist. The stench of death hung in the air. Standing next to Dirk Warhard in the ferry was an ancient-looking boatman, a frail and bony figure covered from head to toe in tattered black cloth. The boatman propelled the ferry forward with a spindly wooden oar and groaned as he rowed. After some time, the boatman looked down at Dirk Warhard. "Oh snap, are you Dirk Warhard?" The boatman began to tremble with excitement. Oh my god, I'm such a big fan. You're a freaking legend around here. A lot of people I ferry were killed by you." And indeed, as Dirk Warhard looked around the underworld, he could see it was packed with perished souls, many of whom he had killed either intentionally, unintentionally, or both. He recognised many of the evildoers he'd put away, villains whom Dirk Warhard felt a moral responsibility to eliminate because they had wished harm on the everyday common man. But he had killed a lot of the everyday common man too. Janitors, doctors, improv comedians. Dirk Warhard pursued his passion for violence with eyes unclouded by discrimination or class distinction, and in this sense, he was the most moral human to ever live. He recognised the souls of many political envoys and ambassadors whom he'd murdered, peaceful people he'd been specifically assigned to protect. The small voice in the back of his head kept wondering why he kept getting assigned to protect peaceful political envoys, but he easily crushed the doubts with his unstoppable mind. Another victory for freedom of thought. Dirk Warhard took some photos with the boatman and signed his copy of Warhard Weekly, and then the two of them proceeded down the river. As they went, still more recognisable faces of people he'd eliminated passed by. Many of the handlers who'd been assigned to him on missions, lovers of all shapes and sizes, cashiers who was accidentally giving him too much change back, driving instructors administering his driver's license exams. Dirk Warhard had tried to get his driver's license many times over the years, but his driving was so precise and so extreme that every driving instructor who'd ever ridden a car with him had spontaneously exploded from the thrill of it. His lack of a proper driver's license continued to be a point of friction between him and his agency. And at last, they passed by the face Dirk Warhard had been searching for all along. Richard McElevator, the world's #1 terrorist. Look at him standing over there, so smug and secure, thinking he's safe just because he's dead. Dirk Warhard boiled over with rage. He leapt from the ferry. Then in midair, he grabbed the ferry out of the water and smashed it down upon Richard McElevator's head. The ferry splintered into 1,000 pieces, and Richard McElevator, the world's #1 terrorist, was eradicated completely from all planes of existence. The boatman, who'd been thrown from the ferry when this happened, began hooting and hollering and pumping his fist. "Yes, bro, yes, just like that. That's how we do it in this house." And for his part, Dirk Warhard felt the same kind of pure bliss as he'd felt during his previous boat kill, the same joy filling his soul completely from within, and he knew that the adventure had been worth it, until a figure of pure light emerged from the heavy mist. This being was impossible to describe. It felt to Dirk Warhard like a figure from a dream he'd forgotten from long ago. The being was impossible to directly perceive. When Dirk Warhard tried to look at it, he felt only a sense of balance and equanimity. From the centre of this being flowed the essence of all things, of light and dark, of the beginning of time and the end of creation. This being both existed and did not exist, and when it spoke without speaking. "Dirk Warhard," said the being of light, "you have come to the land of the perished, and you have destroyed a soul. You have eradicated life, not just from the mortal plane, but from all existence." The being floated in all directions, simultaneously illuminating the landscape. "All things are bound by eternity. Even in this place, life is merely exchanged in a continual transfer of energy.
It is this perpetual movement, I like to think this is Zenith by the way, of life, its ebb and flow, which gives rise to consciousness. Your own consciousness depends on this life energy. To destroy it is to threaten existence itself. Now the being of pure light coalesced into a single form and stood before Dirk Warhard. Come, Dirk Warhard, I extend to you my friendship and my knowledge. Your power is so immense, I ask you to employ it in the pursuit of true compassion toward others, for there is no power so great as that which stems from a place of genuine love. I wish this for you. Let us walk together, and I will show you the balanced nature of eternity. I will grant you insight into the compassion which binds our... But the being of light was cut short, because Dirk Warhard had punched it directly in the groin. This was a shock to the being, because it didn't even know it had a groin. How is this possible? It said. I am the infinite. I have no body parts. I am not... Dirk Warhard punched it again, square in the nuts. The being of light doubled over in the most extreme pain it had ever felt. How? This isn't possible. Now Dirk Warhard throat chopped the being of light. It gasped and sputtered for air. I don't breathe. How? Dirk Warhard clambered up on the being's shoulders, put an arm around its neck in a headlock, and slowly twisted. Send me back to the world of the living, he screamed. Send me back, or I twist until you snap like a twig. He applied even more pressure. Please, no, gasped the being of light. Please, I'll do anything. Just let me go. Being of pure light pulsed with a golden glow, and Dirk Warhard felt his body begin to rise. He let go and ascended upward, out of the heavy-bound mist, back towards the land of the living. The last thing he heard was the being of light, breathing in huge, heavy gasps, and the bony boatman yelling, Are you freaking kidding me, bro? Yes! Yes! When Dirk Warhard returned to his body, he discovered that the adventure had given him a new perspective on life. Going against his general distaste for thinking, he reflected on the fragility of human existence, and how easily a life is taken. He felt a weight in his chest when he thought about all those perished souls who'd never again breathe fresh air, who'd never walk in the grass, nor spend cherished time with the ones they love. And so, with this new outlook on morality, Dirk Warhard decided that he would live forever. After all, he'd already been to the afterlife once, and to be honest, it kinda sucked, so he'd rather not go back again. This was a huge relief to decide, because it solved a lot of problems, and he felt the weight in his chest lift completely. With another mission successful behind him, he sat down to begin describing his new perspective on life and morality for his column in Warhard Weekly. He was also the editor-in-chief. It's so hard to keep it of Warhard Weekly. So he'd have to be up all night, editing and revising his own writing, not to mention inventing a whole new host of complex words. But that was just the way he liked it. He grinned. God damn, it's good to be alive. It was just another typical day for Dirk Warhard. Let's put this on the shelf with the others. Oh, goodness me, very silly. And my throat is screaming at me. Did Zenith ever recover from the businessman syndrome? Well, Emilis, no, they didn't, as far as we know. Every time the clearing changes, it is new people and new characters. We have only seen the return of one character one time, and that's Nana over here. A shrewd businesswoman who constantly calls us on our shit and insults us regularly, but I love her to bits. Speaking of, it's Nana whose coffee I have to make next. Yeah, it's a... Doom Guy's an equivalent. Yeah, it's over the top, it's daft, it's silly. It's been rather fun. I like that of the 4 books we've had about him, it was 2 novels very much in that vein. A third one was a novel critiquing it, talking about overly doing masculinity, violence, misogyny, that kind of thing, talking about both sides of the argument, the author's life, the ghostwriters, his past and the author's eventual death. And this 4th book is just a return to form, because the book club thought it would be more fun that way. Delightful little escapade. All in all, I'd say. I'm looking for my coffee beans, that's what I was doing. Alright, before I get on and make Nana's coffee and whatever else turns up, Gonna have a quick bio. This is the 4th novel, Emily. I'll tell you, if you get this game yourself, I highly recommend interacting with the postbox and giving the parcels back. And eventually, you too will read the fascinating adventures of Dirk Warhard. For now, though, I need to go and have a quick refill of my drink. I'll just add some more honey because my throat is shot after that. We'll have a quick bio break, and then we will return to our beverage making escapades. So stretch your legs, refill your beverage. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. I'll see you soon. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. What do we need, as well as our coffee beans for Nana? Whaling and sweet millennium. This was a millennium, wasn't it? Nope, that's a whistleberry. Crap, this weed's doing. Get out of here. Whaling's this big one, luckily with some of that. I hope I get this one right first time. We've made a few mistakes in our time making tea, but for the most part, we've managed all right. Millennium's the funky bush looking one. Ah, we got this one as well. Fantastic. Right. Now it's super specific. Let's grab a big mug. Got to for Nana. Brew hot water with 2 coffee beans, pour it into a cup. Make a second brew with just warm water, about halfway if memory serves. Then do the whaling, then the millennium, and then 1 coffee bean and pour it on top of the first cup. See how we do. Knowing Nana, she might criticise me and not accept it anyway, but let's see. I wonder if there's any secret, like, dialogue from mixing a load of drinks together and doing something ridiculous. There might well be. Those who put the time in. Where are those coffee beans? Oh, right, I have to actually go and pick the goddamn things up. I think she said I had to let the other drink go a little cool for a moment, let it sit. Okay, 1, 2. It's a good job we got them cleaned earlier. Perfect cup, letting it go just as it drops. Oh, it spilt a tiny bit, god damn it. Give them what? Give it a couple seconds? It'll probably cool a little bit while we're sorting out the other half. Okay, so... we want it to get to about half heat and then stay there? Okay. Like that. Right, now the order, knowing Nana's probably going to be important. Whaling first. Then the millennium. Then the beam. Which makes a terrifying demonic colour. Holy shit. Nana ain't fucking around. Okay. And it just makes a black-looking sludge. Right, well, I think we did everything all right. Here's your coffee. The snatch. Come on, don't you do this. The demonic Pluffin reincarnated. She smashed the cup! I should have given you a special cup.
Well, hot dang, missy. You made a cup of coffee. Is it the finest cup I've ever had? No chance, but it'll do. Ah, it'll do. Look at that. You've got me all drippy and sentimental. Alright, fine. You upheld your end of things. You get to take 1 item with you.
I'm taking the tea shop loser.
There. Business settled. Now get out of my hair.
Love you, Nana. Oh my god, it's so big. I'm going to try present it tomorrow. I don't know. Again, I don't know if gifts have been a thing this whole time. Oh my god, they are shit. Well, well, look at this little fella you've brought me. A miniature Burrow. Miss, where on earth did you find this? I got it from Nana's shop. Oh, well, that is it then explaining it. Nana and Burrow go quite a ways back indeed. In fact, I can be remembering a younger, more youthful Nana. Quite the charmer she was. Passionate and fiery sort of person, she was being quite firm in her convictions. Back then, she did not yet run a shop. Instead, she was a champion of many causes, many important undertakings. Borrow helped her whenever it was being possible. Oh, but this was all so long ago. We have both changed since then, especially her. Yes, quite different times they were, goodness. At any rate, this Borrow doll certainly indicates that she is thinking of me with fondness, even now. Or simply profiting off my likeness. Yes, it is one of those two possibilities. Thank you for showing me. I hope the doll finds a charming little home. A charming little home, you say? Well, now we know we can show people gifts. As if the game hasn't directed that to me at this point already. Hey, monster. What about this? Nope, she has nothing to say. She is just continuing to wander. She's drawn Borrow. She's really tried for it. Hey, that's pretty good. I know I can sweep them up whenever I like, but it's still delightful. Let's pop him in the window. Yeah, look at all those weeds. I have a mission now. No one else has shown up yet, so let's get to tidying. I'll miss this place. In all honesty. I've been enjoying the game quite a lot. I feel like it's handled some difficult themes. Not like in earth-shattering, over-the-top dramatical ways, but just a tale of someone who's not perfect going through some shit. Snap this picture somewhere. I don't have any room for it. Replace it with the egg one and see what it looks like. Oh, it's very pretty. But Borrow's got to have his eggs one. And I truly do wonder at the possibility of whether it's multiple paths, endings, interactions with characters. There's so many questions I have that I really look forward to learning about after the fact. Probably be a chunk of me Saturday afternoon. For now, let's tidy it up best we can. All the sweets for our efforts. And a third unicorn. Not so rare unicorns. A part of me will always wonder what happened to Gerald and some of the other customers, but I suppose that's a facet of storytelling it's kind of commentating on. Don't always get the answers to all the stories. And as much as I love it when a game or an ending or a character's journey gets spelled out, leaving it up to the player's imagination, or readers or watchers and what have you, is its own delight as well. Salamander. It's like when Dragon Age Origins first come out, that was like my first proper RPG, CRPG, what have you. And I was distraught at the end that Morrigan, who I'd chosen as romantic interest, had just walked away and disappeared. It was the first time I posted on a forum, please put more out. I need to know more of the story. Let me know. And sure enough, eventually, some years later, we did get a bit of DLC, but that not knowing tortured me. I was like, but I want her and my main character to all go off together. And you did get that choice. You went off into the sunset with her. But again, that came way down the line. And to be fair, in the later games. Parasol again. It became more and more difficult for them to follow on with that many decisions. Fancy gem. Which, at a point, I completely understand. You can't have decisions going from over 20 years ago and expect them to still have the ability to follow them through in that level of detail. It just becomes a nightmare of game design. I think if Baldur's Gate 3, for example, hadn't gone through its early access period, there would have been a whole lot less of that. Because you wouldn't have had people trying and doing all kinds of things the devs didn't even think of, and them having the opportunity to actually look back and answer some of it as they were developing. I'd be very curious if whatever Larian do next ends up in early access or not. They've done it pretty much every time so far. Memory, I'm pretty sure Divinity Original Sin 1, it was either early access or a Kickstarter or both. I'd still love to see Divinity Original Sin 3, but they've said they're going to make their scope a little smaller this time around, which is fair enough. Oh, what's up, Nana?
Now you there. Come here.
I'll miss Jerry the most. I'll miss Jerry too. Hell of a presentation. Hello, customer of Wanderstop. How may I help you today?
Oh, cut the crap. I don't need your sass. Look over there. A child, unbehaving like a little gremlin. Where's its parents?
I honestly don't know. I asked, but she wouldn't tell me.
Kids off the leash, running around, causing havoc. I don't like it. That's it. That's all I had to say. Now get out of here.
Make me.
Make you? As if I've got nothing better to do than be your disciplinarian. I've got a business to run. I've got shareholders breathing down my neck. I'm busy. Here, you want a chore to do? Go get me another coffee.
Will you give me another item from your shop if I do?
Another item? Come on, don't tell me you're just bargaining right into negotiations like that.
Barging, rather.
Hasn't anyone ever taught you to haggle? This is basic stuff, kid. In fact, here it is. Professor Currency's Guide to Economics, Volume 6. Covers haggling front to back. Study up and do me a favour and don't waste my time from now on. Oh, and bring me that coffee. You bring me a coffee, maybe we'll assess the trading in other items situation. Maybe. Possibly. I promise nothing.
The last coffee you brought me was a little weak. Let's kick this one up a notch. Oh, shit.
You're going to make me a batch with 3 beans this time. And pour it into a cup. Then make a second batch of warm water with whaling, 1 more coffee bean and... Actually, get the maline out of there. It ain't vanilla. Got no idea what I was thinking. Just put some cinnamon in there instead, you hear? Needs a bit of a kick. Then pour that baby on top of the 3 bean coffee. You got all that? Pretty sure I just made the damn thing myself. You're lucky I'm so busy tending this stall. Well, stop talking to me and get the heck to it.
Sure thing, Nana. Let me just... We've got another book to read. Did Alta finally deal with her violent clone / personality, or is it a work in progress? It's kind of a work in progress. She's kind of come to the acceptance that it is her and a part of her. But how to accept that and deal with it going forward is kind of what this cycle's about, I suppose. Right, I can't remember Professor Currency's voice, but we read the first volume of the Guide to Economics. But here we are with volume 6. Welcome back, reader, to the thrilling world of economics. Oh yeah, I chose bored. If you've read each volume of my book series up until now, then you should already be comfortable with such topics as inflation, scarcity, counterfeit dollar bills, the Scremular effect, imaginary taxes versus actual taxes, and all 7 methods of exporting dairy. In this volume, however, we will be focusing on one singular topic: haggling. Haggling is the great paradox of economics. If everything has a price, why should the price change via negotiation? In this sense, haggling is a sort of economic black magic, a forbidden art to be called upon only in the most dire of circumstances. In some countries, excessive use of haggling can lead to a drastic prison sentence. Of course, a person skilled in haggling can quite easily reduce the prison sentence down to practically nothing. When is it appropriate to haggle? There are generally 3 accepted circumstances in which price negotiation is called for. First, when a vendor has used cosmic witch energy to artificially raise the price of a product. Witches are widely known for being disdainful of the basic tenets of capitalism, and will therefore lend powers to unscrupulous vendors in an effort to offset the market. Second, it is acceptable to haggle on behalf of a small orphan child who's sickly, ill, and only has a single coin to his name, who hands you the coin and coughs pitifully, asking if you'll please help him buy a loaf of bread for himself and his sister, and he knows that a single coin isn't enough for bread. But won't you please see if you can negotiate the price down? And finally, it is acceptable to barter with a government-approved 12-foot by 12-foot haggle zone if properly sanitized. How does one go about haggling? For many centuries, the most common way to initiate a negotiation was by declaring the code phrase, "Good gravy with spices! Let's haggle these prices!" which would then be responded to in the affirmative with, "I'm ready, I'm willing, I'll fight for each shilling." However, starting in the plated era, customers began to shift in favour of more physical confrontational methods such as haggle slapping. Over time, haggle slapping waned in popularity due to government regulation, and a more formalised combat handshake took its place. You're of course welcome to use a combination of these methods depending on local customs. So let's say the pre-haggling rites have been completed and the negotiation itself has begun. Now what? It is time to remember the number one rule of haggling. Always reject the first offer. It makes no difference what the content of the first offer is. Even if you've been offered everything you're seeking plus another 25% on top, you will turn it down. Be sure to couch your rejection in a pithy, condescending remark like, okay, we've gotten all the pathetic joke offers out of our system. Let's get down to business. The reason for this is simple. Haggling is all about establishing dominance. The person with the most confidence is always the one who wins the haggle, regardless of what the actual terms of the deal end up being. And the most important aspect of confidence is knowing that you could walk away at any time, for any reason. You must be willing to burn everything you cherish to the ground at the drop of a hat simply to spite someone who is slightly more arrogant than you. For this reason, after you reject the first offer and your opponent makes a counter-offer, the sensible thing to do is strongly consider rejecting the second offer as well, regardless of the details. Many business people will flip a coin to decide whether to even consider the second offer or reject it outright. Of course, coin flips are well known for their better than average odds. So you may well wish to instead roll a series of weighted dice to create a higher likelihood of turning the offer down. If you've made it to the third offer, well done. You are now entering the vaunted master inner circle of haggling. If up until this point negotiation has been like a game of checkers, from here it becomes more like a game of 8-dimensional underwater chess, played both forwards and backwards in time, entirely within the mind of a genius 12-year-old, who's simultaneously crushing the world's leading chess champion in a real-life chess game on top of a mountain. Holy shit. At this point, there are no hard and fast rules of haggling. You will only succeed on a combination of instinct, experience, and brutal intimidation. If there is one rule you should remember, it should be this. Always be willing to walk away at any time, for any reason. If your opponent comments on how fair and equitable this deal is, consider simply walking away to demonstrate superiority. If he mentions how hard times have been for him, and what an incredible blessing this deal will be to help his family get back on their feet, you should walk away, simply to test the legitimacy of, I have a family story. And if he ever shows you pictures of his family, immediately excuse yourself so you can report him to the police for family-based fraud. Family-based fraud is the most morally detrimental to society of all crimes committed by man. This degenerate will spend the rest of his life behind bars. With this information, you should now have a firm grasp on the ins and outs of haggling. Continue to study and apply yourself through practice, and a complete mastery of price negotiation will be close at hand. I'll see you in the next volume of Professor Currency's Guide to Economics, where we'll review over 150 ways of identifying a family-based fraudster just by the look in his eyes. How much we've learned about economics today. And my bookshelf appears to be entirely full. I wonder if we'll even get another one. I don't think we will. Other than the Book of Answers, I suppose. Very silly. I enjoy those quite a lot. I know the reading of books within games isn't exactly the most common of pastimes, but I do enjoy it. It's something I don't see a lot of people necessarily stream, so I'm happy to do so. In Dragon Age, we went through many codec entries. Even if we didn't find them all. I imagine Avowed will have stuff similar going on when we get to it. Second coffee bean, we need 4, right? 3 for the first cup, 1 for the second. So 2 more coffee beans. I'm coming, Nana. As much as I'd rather you ordered tea. You absolute swine. I love it a bit. this? Oh, it's another gem rock. Emilis in the chat, I used to love reading Skyrim books. Aye, exactly. At some point, it keeps being hinted that the Oblivion remake or remaster, whichever it is, could drop any day now. But various journalist websites have been saying that for the better part of a month, so whether or not that actually comes to pass anytime soon is anyone's guess, but Oblivion was so long ago. I was a kid when I played it, like the 360 had first come out. I can remember one or two quest lines. I remember a bit of Patrick Stewart, and that's kind of about it. So I think going back with fresh eyes nowadays would be really interesting. And how much jank Bethesda have actually managed to clean up for once, I'd be interested to see. Wouldn't hold me breath, though. And to be fair, the jank is part of the charm. It's just, when it gets in the way of like main story and stuff like that, I'd find it infuriating. Lest we forget save deleting bugs. The worst kind. Be washed beans. I wonder if I can follow them dead on. I've never actually tried. Wait for it. Okay. Get these out of the way. It's coming exactly. Beautiful stuff. Please deposit my beans. Fancy caterpillar. I'm sure there's someone out there who's going to 3D print or invent this thing to somehow work in real life. Whether they can get it to actually wash and then dry stuff is another matter, but someone will at least make the little train caterpillar. Okay. Hot water, 3 beans. Oh, wait, I need to get those plants first. Whaling and cinnamon. Just don't want it to go cold while I'm futzing about. Whaling, whaling, whaling. It's the long. It still has a fruit left to give. Lovely stuff. Now, which fruit adds cinnamon? Ginger, ice cream, citrus. Nope. Vanilla, chocolate. Savory. Pearl melon. I think that's the only one that's cinnamon. Yes. Pearl melon it is. I believe we even had one of those earlier. Yes, we did. Beautiful. Oblivion and beyond. Aye. I hope they get to it soon. I can't see them. Like, Skyrim released so many times, right? It was like the original release, a special edition, the anniversary edition. I'm sure there was a Game of the Year edition. There was the version you can play on an Alexa, which is daft and amusing for, you know, one 20-minute go. There was that joke about them putting it on a fridge once. Can't remember if that was an official April Fool's joke from them or not. Morrowind's one I never really played, but a lot of people hold it in really high regard. I think it's one of those things where whichever one you played first probably piques nostalgia. I forgot the Legendary Edition. You're absolutely right. God damn it, Todd Howard. Todd in your leather jacket, you son of a bitch. Oh. Right. It was 3 beans, wasn't it, for this one? Yep. A 1. A 2. A 3. Lovely. Well, she smashed my last mug, so she's getting a standard mug this time. Okay. Black coffee. He does keep getting away with it. Just immediately the Breaking Back. You can't keep getting away with this. I think with the release of Starfield, there's been an element of, wait, did Bethesda actually make good games? They're great games to get lost in. And occasionally there are some good stories in there. But like, I think I've said before on stream, Skyrim, I was really angry with the year it came out because people were treating it like the second coming of God. And I just wasn't enjoying it as much as everyone else. And I just started playing Dark Souls 1, even though I struggled with it. I really enjoyed it. And I thought the combat by comparison was night and day. But it never even came up in talks of, like, Game of the Year, really, and whatnot about that. Oh, we're giving her a lava coffee, holy shit. But in the years that passed, I kind of appreciate Skyrim for what it is. I went back and made a Khajiit, and after the intro, I just stayed in that first little village and chopped wood for like 3 weeks. Honest work. Honest pay. It was really cathartic. I don't know why. It was just really cathartic. I kind of wish the game let you lead into a more honest and less murderous lifestyle. It's like the Baldur's Gate 3 thing. Most companies will not spend the time to make content that less than 1% of their player base will see. I understand why, but there's still, to this day, the occasional short I see pop up from Baldur's Gate 3 with something I've never seen before. I adore that. There you go, Nana. See, Fallout New Vegas, I've got a really sad place for. I got about 50 hours in, started doing one of the DLCs, and I was really enjoying it. I was loving it, honestly. Compared to Fallout 3, I was really loving it. And my save got deleted. I can't remember if it was a Steam issue or a PC issue at the time, but it was all gone. I couldn't recover it. I couldn't find anything on my computer. There was no cloud backup that had worked, so I never finished it. I always hoped that one day that's the one they'd remaster. Yep, you did it. To your credit, I'll say this. You brought me 2 cups of coffee now. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say. No, it isn't. It's the cold, objective truth. Still, you did bring me a second coffee. I am Liz. It was crushing because, like, I want to start again, but I've just put 50 hours in, and I can't risk losing it again. So, I'll go back one day. It's somewhere in the backlog. Fine, take something else off my hands, but only one. A ghost with a stereo with sunglasses. Pretty cool. A ghost carrying what appears to be a wad of cash. Or this retro cup. I'm taking the cup in reparation for the one you broke, Nana. Also, I've run out of portraits. Ooh, a few hours isn't too bad, but even so, it feels really shitty when it happens. Because it makes you not want to play it again. It's such a shame. It's the worst kind of bug in video games. Anything that involves ruining your save. Say, the kid over there. One whose parents are a mystery. What's her deal? What's she doing around here? I get the feeling Nana's going to take care of this kid. No idea. She's just been running around, drawing on the walls, asking me questions. She calls herself Monster, but I don't know if that's her real name. Now listen to me. Kid like that, running around unsupervised, it's no good. Kids don't just automatically become healthy, well-rounded people like me. It takes work. They need coaching. They need direction. You hear what I'm saying? What you've done for the kid, eh? What kind of direction you're giving her? I'm proudly letting her draw on the walls. That's your idea of proper role modelling? Listen up here. You're going to ruin that kid with your hippy-dippy delusions. You're going to ruin her right into the ground. Forget about this ad hoc art class you're letting her host. Try giving her an inkling of direction. Think a kid like that just figures it out all on her own? Hell no. Maybe you should look after her. Ah, good deflection. Almost made me forget I'm contributing something to society. I've got services to provide. Meanwhile, you're stumbling around and spilling tea down your socks.
Besides, you're the only person here that this kid will properly listen to. That's the truth. Don't screw her up with your nonsense. Alright, now get out of here. Your nanabuckless vibes are wrecking my intended atmosphere.
Thanks for the advice. Oh, Nana. A joy. Pop this tea inside. I thought maybe in this last batch with all the different tea options and seeds available to us, we'd get a sudden onslaught of customers, but maybe they're just keeping it simple. Hey, monster.
Hey, I got a question. If I find a thing and nobody else is using it, that means it's mine, right? Do I get to keep it?
What exactly did you find?
Come here, I'll show you.
I predict this being surprisingly hellish, maybe? Maybe it's innocent. Maybe it's just like a spare plant pot. Or maybe it's a knife. Are you going to take my sword? The crux of the game.
Look, it's a cool sword. I found it, so I get to keep it, right?
Oh, well, that's actually my sword, so it already belongs to me.
If it's yours, how is it sitting over here?
Oh, well, it's a really strange reason. I don't know how to explain it.
Tell me.
Well, I used to be a fighter. This is the sword I used in combat.
You were a fighter?
Yep, 8 years, professionally.
Whoa, that's so cool!
Oh my goodness, look at that enthusiasm all of a sudden. Such adorable animation for it.
Where'd your sword come from? How'd you get it?
Oh, we learnt this story. I had it made for me by one of the truly great blacksmiths where I lived. I gave her endless instructions and specifications for how it should feel and what it should look like. When I held the finished work, I knew beyond a doubt that it would help me become a champion. Endless days I trained with only this sword, over and over, learning its every subtlety. Years of practice, hundreds of fights, all by using this sword. By the end I felt complete and total mastery with it. This sword was made for me. I shaped myself around it.
Wow. Do you also wear this big stupid mask when you're fighting?
Orange mask, I wish. No, the mask belongs to, someone else.
Have you ever killed a person in a fight?
I don't want to talk about that.
I want to know. I want to know everything about fighting. Is it fun to be in a real fight? Does it make you feel super, super cool?
Monster, I don't do all this because it's cool or fun.
Really? So why do you do it?
Huh. What is the answer for all to hear? Obviously, there's no right answer because the game's giving me free, but how do I feel she'd answer? I think the middle one, because she's good at it. That's kind of how she's said it every single time. Because I'm good at it.
You are? How good are you?
I went 3 years without losing a single fight.
You did?
Well, 3.5 technically. I only want to do things that I can be the best at. The undisputed best in the world. I know I can be the best at fighting, as long as I do the work. I'll work harder than anyone, without question. That's why none of them stand a chance. Oh, we're slipping back, Alter. What? What's that look?
You're the coolest person ever!
Oh no, we've become a role model without mentioning the downsides. Really? I thought you said I was stupid and old.
Yeah, that's because I didn't know you could fight. But now I know you're a fighter. A real one.
That's so cool. I get the feeling the game's going to twist this on me somehow. Like this child's going to stab Borrow or some garbage. And it's going to make me fume. Finally, a child's approval. I don't feel very cool.
No, you're cool. It's official. Oh man, Jackie No-Name would freak out if he knew I was hanging out with you. Let me have more tea. I want more tea.
To drink or to abandon?
Yeah.
Listen, if you want tea, you should request a specific kind. What's your favourite taste or your favourite thing to eat? I love how her hair does that. It's so silly.
Sometimes I eat dirt, but not because I wanna. Just because it makes Annabeth so mad, which I like. What else? Cereal. Commander Crispies is my favourite. I eat every time I'm staying at Tessa's place.
She suddenly name-dropped like 3 different people or families.
Tessa's mum is so cool because she actually lets me eat sugary cereal. Cereal sucks if it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. That's what Commander Crispy says.
Oh no. Okay, so things that you eat include breakfast, cereal, sugar, and dirt.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, I'm going to make you a cup of tea, and this time, you're going to actually drink it. Oh, what was there? One of the drinks Borrow said tasted like sand. Hey up. Who's this?
Hello?
Magical girl? Question mark?
Hey, my love, kindness to you, welcoming to you, must be gone travelling type she is.
I'm probably doing the wrong accent for her, but here we are. Sure, hello.
Hello to you as well, my love, kindness for the weary gone mulchy.
This is Wanderstop. It's a tea shop.
So's true. Well, be lovely 'tis. Indeed, well, much is a rest be needed. Tell us, mate, what kind manner teas you serve like?
Scottish? I should swap to Scottish over Irish. There are lots of types. Tell me what you want, I'll try to find it. I feel like the Irish was slipping at the Scottish anyway.
What I want, 'tis the lovely sweet of sentiments, yes. Please, and if you carry, my love, Aeon brew.
Aeon brew?
Ah, so's the goddess herself loves it the most, yes, finely made. I'll be so chuffed you, a cup of tea for myself.
How do you make Aeon brew?
Dreams, no? Dreams pon brews and such like. Hasn't you made too well to do?
I'm struggling. It's alright, Emilis. Didn't be sad on yourself. Hang on. I'm going to go talk to Borrow. You might have some idea of what you're talking about. Aeon brew. Oh, she sparkles with every step. There's a customer over here saying some things that are difficult to understand. She mentioned Aeon brew. Do you know what that is?
My heavens. Borrow has not received a request for Aeon brew in many ages.
This is one of the elder drinks used in ceremonies from long ago.
Our new friend must be from Old Aeon. What a treat.
Borrow was very fortunate to be attending a ceremony in Old Aeon some years ago now, if you believe in it. What was the ceremony like? Goodness, it was immensely confusing. Borrow has never been so overwhelmed. Many dozens of people, and everybody is singing or doing a dance of some kind. Yet every dance and song is completely different. Was it all improvised? I couldn't say. Then they would stop and be staring again, or starting again, all in perfect unison with one another, over and over. For hours like this it went on. Truly, the endurance needed was quite beyond my comprehension. I'll be honest, Borrow found it difficult to know what to pay attention to. So much happening. Yet for all my bewilderment, it was a truly unique experience, unforgettable in every way. Oh, but the Aeon brew, we must be making some. There are several steps we must be following. First, use only cold water. Must be infusing the cold water with these ingredients, in order. First, a dupe shroom. Second, a vapor sprout. Third, you must colour swap a puff pod using hue shrooms. Add one of these colourful puff pods to the infuser. Fourth, toss in a blue loop. After all this, you add a tea ball. You must let the ingredients sit for 1 full minute. Holy shit. And then finally, after a minute, 1 more tea ball into the mix. Nothing else, just those ingredients. All taken together, they should be making the Aeon brew. If Borrow's memory is serving correctly, that is. Memory's not my strongest suit. Not like bowling. Much better at bowling. I hope this is helping. Bowling, eh? Indeed, a beloved pastime for when I am finding the time away from the shop. Can you guess what Borrow's highest score ever is? Guess! 1 billion? I don't know how bowling is scored. Well, no, it is 104, but goodness me, what a wonderful feeling bowl it was. God, it's been years since I've been bowling. I was being one with the alley, truly I was. May Borrow one day experience such a delight again. One day. Now then, I'll be letting you back to it. Best of luck with the Aeon brew. Right, I think we'll deal with Monster's tea request first, which is breakfast cereal, sugar and dirt. One of them tasted like sand. Oh no, it was the cereal nostalgic one tasted like sand because that's what triggered Borrow's memory. Puff Pod is the origins of the planet, so that's technically dirt. Absolutely, Emily. I would have all faith Borrow being the bowling master. What a game going into Borrow's backstory. God bless him. Impossible taste that can be infuriating. It's not quite dirt. Tasteless, isn't it, either? Leather's not dirt. Okay, whatever you eat for breakfast, so we need a snot cone. Sugar, so then we need the chocolate one. So, puff pod, snot cone, and prison pepper. I think I have a prison pepper already. I do. Okay, so now we need snot cone. Which is 4 yellow. Oh dear. Those 2 novels back to back have seared my throat. I might have to end the stream a little earlier if I want to be able to stream tomorrow and not have my voice be completely gone. I think what we'll do is we'll get Monster her tea, see if we get it right. And we'll save the more complicated one for tomorrow. 3 pink and a blue. Just, I know when I've pushed streams before, when I've done silly voices or whatnot, I have literally had no voice the next day and no concept of streaming. Or no ability to do so without it becoming very painful. Probably be easier. Didn't he smoke cigarettes? But such is my poison. And for the record, I don't recommend it. Oh, god damn it. Fill up the can. It's almost watering season for the garden here in real life as well. I'll be back out there once a day, watering up before bed. Sometimes it's a pleasant activity. Sometimes it's frustrating. It's alright, Emily. I bear no ill will. I understand. Part of his life's journey, I suppose. Not the worst addiction I've had over the years, but certainly one I someday need to curb. Here's hoping. Right, these don't have to be in a specific order, fortunately. I just need a tea ball, which I have 1 left. Crap, I need to gather some tea leaves, actually. You know what? We'll save the tea leaf gathering for tomorrow. That's fine. Right, let me double check. Puff pod. Snot cone. What was the other one? Chocolate one, which was prison pepper. It's a difficult thing to do, especially when it's become so ingrained in routine. The longest I'd got was about 8.5 months, a couple years ago. Unfortunately, that addiction then just turned to, it excessive drinking. And let's just say that was pretty bad. I do not recommend it neither. Pepper. Puff pod for dirt. God damn it, where's me puff pod? I didn't pick it up, I've done it again. There we go. Oh, wait, did I just throw in the puff pod or did I throw in a pepper? I'm pretty sure I just threw in a pepper. Shit. No. It's the puff pod I flew in. Yeah, okay, it's changed colour. Okay. And then the snot cone. And right, it's a hellish childlike mix. Don't downplay your efforts. Whenever you try and push that, it's really, really difficult. You know, and the more of an addictive personality you've got, the harder it is. And like you say, once something becomes routine, it is a nightmare to break that. Be kinder on yourself and your efforts. It's trying to break those routines and replacing them with something else, but if only it were that easy. Let's get Monster a drink and see if she accepts. Hello again. Here's the tea you asked for. Can I have a different one? I will. No. Drink it. Okay. Big jump. What do you think? Tastes like cereal, but like the boring kind of cereal. It's not like Commander Crispies at all. Commander Crispies is way sweeter than this. It has like so much sugar in it. That's why it's great. Okay, I'll try to find a way to make it sweeter. God damn it. I used chocolate. So the others were right. The other fruits were correct. Maybe the ice cream fruit was the way to go. Maybe the ice cream fruit and the chocolate. I suppose chocolate inherently isn't necessarily sweet. Or doesn't have to be. Like it could be a dark chocolate flavour, I don't know. So I need another puff pod. Look at this child mocking me. Oh no. Oh, there's the watering can. For a moment I thought I'd lost it and it was going to be a nightmare. Oh, Elk, we're doing alright. Despite having to make some coffee orders. Hope you're doing alright as well. Welcome to the stream. We've got one more order to do for the day, and we've had a few in-game books to read, so it's shorting out my voice a little bit, so I'm not going to press on too much longer. But I need to get some stuff done. Ooh, candle. But I need to try and get this order complete first for this small child. Okay, there's the puff pod. I have 2 of those. Sweet. We're looking for sweet. And the breakfast taste. The breakfast taste was... snot cone. Which I have another of. So now it's just sweet. The chocolate didn't count as sweet. So... where's the ice cream fruit? I mean, Sweet Millenniums are literally called Sweet Millennium, but that's just vanilla. That's not inherently... it's just more of a smooth than a sweet flavour. Favourite flavour of ice cream? That doesn't scream sweet either. Sweet and sugary. There. Whistleberry. And we've got one planted. Delightful. Maybe I add 2 whistleberries to make it extra sugary. Oh, now I need another goddamn tea ball. To the plants! Goddamn coffee beans. They just pop up everywhere now. It's fascinating, sometimes the music just goes pretty dead. Then you know why. Almost. Swish, swish, swish. Full basket. Delicious. A strange elder one being, magical girl thing. Don't mind me. We'll do your brew tomorrow. You'll be fine. Okay, we've got to let them dry, so I might as well go out and do some other jobs while I'm waiting. Snippy some more weeds. I wish you the best of luck with it, Emilis. Be patient, you'll figure it out. It'll be fine. You'll get back into the swing of it. I'm pretty sure there's a good number of expansions that are just auto-included with where that base game is at now. So, again, I remember Heavenswood being very enjoyable. It'll just mean wherever you ended up on the main story from the base game, you might have had a few side stories to do, which means you'll have to go and complete them first, to which some were alright, some were silly, and some were just downright tedious, but you will get there. Heavenswood was very much worth it. I really enjoyed that, so I imagine you will as well. Lamp. Miscellaneous photo. Someone being shocked by a book growing out of a plant. Fascinating. Let's have a gander. Pop this down by this one. Right, more tea leaves. Ah, and there's the music. Almost feels like a Pokemon game. Been a long bloody time since I've gone through one of them properly, though. Just a bug trainer out of the bushes. Sudden exclamation mark. The thrill of battle. Caterpie upon Caterpie. Maybe a Metapod if they're lucky. There we go. See, Pokemon Go was one of those, Emilis, that I just completely missed the wave on. Like, people I knew who didn't play games, like old flatmates, were playing that game to an extent that was genuinely mind-blowing at the time. My phone was pretty crap, and I never gave it the time. But people love it and still love it. The potential monetization problems aside. But it's pretty beloved. Me, I was really young, played Pokemon Yellow, enjoyed it, didn't quite get it, and then got Silver and really lost myself in it. Very much enjoyed it. But that's also growing up watching the cartoon as well. Anime, I suppose, thinking back. For whatever reason, favourite's Rhydon. I just love Rhydon. Then it's like Cypher, Nidoking, Kabutops I really liked. I know there's a theme going along there. It was like a really old trading card game on the PC that mimicked their actual trading card game. That was alright. I remember enjoying playing that. It wasn't PvP back then, it was just a series of battles. But never really got into the card game. I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh player way back when. say player, it was more just collecting, facing off with family members. Right, we're just waiting on that tea to dry out. I know, monster, it's coming, for God's sake. Let me breathe. I haven't taken a picture of this new person, but we have literally run out of space on the wall. And I'm not replacing that heartfelt drawing Borrow did. No way. I could replace... We've got one of the business folks. I think that was Larry. I could well be wrong. I like that picture. It's really nice, but I wanted to capture everyone, so we're doing it. Nope, I didn't want to talk. Wait. I'm just taking a picture. Don't mind me. Crap. Just wait. Just give it a moment. Oh, I could get a 2 for 1. Ah. Genius. I should have been doing this the whole time. Even though it's not the best of pictures. Oh, let's not leave the ladders in front of the door. That's very rude. Remember this in the chat. I live in a small town, so I didn't experience much of the game, but I've forever cherished the moments I did experience. Aww. I'm glad it was such an enjoyable experience for you. Heard many a tale from folks enjoying it. Kind of wish I'd actually put the time in to join in with it all, but for whatever reason, I did not. Monster, please, I'm trying to make you your drink. Bear with me. Okay. Do we have all we need? Tea-ball, whistleberry, puff pod, snot cone. We were going to chuck 2 whistleberries in because more sugar. Let's see how we do. Pump the fire. So there was an option in the options menu to just make this a hold button thing, but I don't mind the tippity-tap. There you go. Pardon me. The voice is trying to escape my throat. It's fine. Tea-ball. Puff pod. Snot cone. And double whistleberry. Oh boy. It's certainly starting to look like bad breakfast sip. It had such a lovely colour and now it's turned brown. I bet I had the recipe right and I've just buggered it. Here, I thought I was being clever. You watch, she's going to turn around and say, oh, it's too sweet now. Some more tea leaves already. Truly ruined the drink. Oh, maybe it's like caramelized. Maybe this was the goal. Maybe it's fine. It's Nana. Where are you? Monster. Here's the tea you asked for. Let's try this again. Have a different one. No. Drink it. Okay. So expressive. What do you think? Oh, it tastes just like Commander Crispies. How did you do that? Nailed it. Snot cones and whistleberries. I don't know what those are, and you can't make me learn. Maybe tea doesn't suck. If it tastes like Commander Crispies, please stop eyeing the pluffins. Don't taste like dirt, but that's okay. I never really liked eating dirt anyway. Oh, hey, there's something I need to ask you. Do you think you could beat a lion in a fight? Definitely not. Really? I think you could. How about a whale? You should beat a blue whale. That's, I don't know how that would work. Oh, it's easy. You should kill it with your sword. Or your hands. Ah, yes. Obviously. Which one would you rather fight? A lion or whale? Or why not both? Yeah! I want to do that too.
I would stuff the lion right in the whale's blowhole. Would you beat a guy if he had a sword, but all you had was a toothbrush? Could you still kill him?
Monster, combat isn't just about what type of weapon you have. Combat is about control. Control is physical, but it's also mental. Control is knowing what your opponent thinks, what he fears. If I know exactly what my opponent wants, excuse us, Puffin, what he's scared of, I can win every time. That's how I became a champion. I made sure nobody could control me.
Whoa! This is so cool. I'm learning way more than I ever did in school.
Stay in school.
No way! I'm not gonna let school control me.
I am creating more of a monster. Maybe I should have let her keep the name Poop like she wanted at the start. Alright, well then, other than our crazy big order for our Sailor Moon individual, I think for today, we will call it there, lest I start choking on my own tongue. So I will say, thank you very much for watching. Those of you who've come along live and those who will watch later, thank you for giving me your time. If you enjoyed yourselves, don't forget to hit that like button. Help push the video through the algorithm so more folks can come hang out, play some games with us. Subscribe for more content here on the channel on the weekdays. Yes, Emilis. There was the option to continue. She asked to be called Poop, and I said, what would you rather be called, Poop or Monster? Because she threw that one on ours as well, and I picked Monster. But it could have indeed been Poop. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. On the weekdays, we're at 9 AM GMT with World of Warcraft, and between 4 and 6 in the evenings, we stream other games. Probably got one more stream of Wanderlust in us before we reach the end of this tale. Maybe we go long tomorrow if it's taken a while. Try and get it done by the weekend. But I've really enjoyed my time. And you can find playlists to the rest of this game and all the other games we've already covered right here on the channel to binge to your heart's content. So until next time, folks, much love, take care, and bye-bye.